I am Johnny Massacre and welcome to my world. May your stay here be interesting. Tonight, the UK has its very own Donald Trump and his name is Rupert Lowe. Who is with me? Give me a hell yeah! So, Rupert Lowe is a name that probably many of our American viewers might not be familiar with, and if you're not, I would like to familiarize yourselves with this guy, because this guy is the true opposition to the woke progressive blob in the United Kingdom. He's the only political figure out there who actually says the right things, who is a true libertarian, who talks common sense. So Rupert Lowe is the MP for Great Yarmouth, and he's the former chairman of Southampton FC. It's a British football club. His net worth is estimated at around £30 million, and he donates his salary to local causes. Sound familiar? Donald Trump donates his own salary. Donald Trump is also wealthy, so it's more difficult to buy this guy out, making him much more trustworthy as a politician. Here he is. That's a picture of him. This is the Restore Britain website. He says it's a movement for those who believe that we need to fundamentally change the way Britain is governed. It's not a political party. It's essentially this guy's brand. He created it to create a community of libertarians in the UK who are sick of hard leftist progressive woke BS and who want to come together and push back against the woke blob. And I love this. Carpet bomb the cancer of wokery. Hell yeah. So this is this guy's movement, and he's the only true opposition in the United Kingdom. If you want an introduction to the UK's Trump, look no further than this post from Restore Britain, and it says the only acceptable illegal migrant swap deal is none in, all out. He's being painted as far right, of course, by the establishment and extreme, but actually this guy's policies are mainstream in the United States of America and are what the majority of Americans voted for. This guy was an MP for Reform UK. Reform was supposed to be the opposition to the Uniparty in the United Kingdom, but then in recent times, Nigel Farage, who is the head of Reform UK and is projected to be the next UK Prime Minister, has been changing his stance on immigration, saying things like, we can't do big mass-scale deportations and we have to appease the Muslim voting bloc. And so once again, the UK is staring at a one-party system. Regardless of who you vote for, you get the same BS policies that you don't want. Rupert Lowe was part of Reform UK, but he was unceremoniously kicked out. I really want to see this guy in power, but considering Reform are projected to get into power next by all polls, unless this guy heads Reform, he's not going to be the Prime Minister of England. So the only other possibility we have for this guy of getting into power is him starting his own political party. It's not impossible because Reform came out of nowhere, but I think if Rupert Lowe was to start his own party, it would cannibalize the votes that are set aside for Reform so much that the same thing will happen that happened in the last general election, which is a hard leftist government will get into power, not because they represent the majority of the English people, but because the English people are so disillusioned with British politics and the vote is so split. A party will get into power who's not very popular just because people didn't vote for anyone else as opposed to voting for them in large numbers. But at least we have this guy who's constantly posting on X and is creating this very powerful movement known as Restore Britain. So Rupert Lowe, he is the true opposition in the UK, and I love this guy. Now, one of the reasons this guy is so important is because he's acting as a shield to the UK public. There was a guy who put a sign on his store in the UK, for example, that said, due to scumbags shoplifting, please ask for assistance to open the cabinets. And this guy was contacted by police officers in Wrexham because they said his sign was provocative. So Rupert Lowe acts as a shield for people like that. He posted this on X. He said, shoplifters are scumbags, knowing that the police aren't going to arrest him because he's too high profile, therefore making it less likely that the guy who actually wrote that sign is going to be arrested. So Rupert Lowe is a voice for the people. He's doing his bit by protecting the UK people and helping to kind of carve out free speech within a system that's amorphous and purposefully vague so they can prosecute anyone essentially that they don't like. So isn't that great? Rupert Lowe doing God's work there, helping people out with his X posts. So follow him at Rupert Lowe 10, that's the number 10, on X to stay up to date.